when I heard that like the Sonic movie was gonna be a thing back in I think 2014, I was so excited because I knew in my brain that it was gonna be terrible. I knew that this movie would suck. I knew it would. I had zero doubts in my brain. 2018, the first trailer drops. It was all I ever wanted and more. Not only did we get a live action Sonic, we got a horrific, abomination live action Sonic. I was so excited for this movie. Everyone was complaining about it, but I soaked it all in, I was like, yes, this is all I ever wanted, When I was a little kid, I was real into Sonic. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys. Sonic 06 was like my favorite game. But anyway, enough about that. I was so ready for this movie. Then they redesigned him. Then the reviews came in, and the movie seemed decent, and my heart was broken. But I also have a tendency of disagreeing with most reviewers, right? So I was like, okay, maybe it's still gonna be bad. That's all I want. I just want a bad movie. Well, I didn't end up getting one. I gotta hand it. I gotta clap for Paramount. They really, they listened to everyone. They redesigned him, so good on them. One word to describe the movie, if the movie was bad, I would say some memey shit like, fast or speed or blue. The best way I can describe this movie is I was expecting a bad movie, but all I got was Olive Garden. This movie was weird. It was a weird experience. So, Sonic's an alien in this movie. That's a fun. Let's go over like the things that I thought were weird in this movie. The weirdest thing is that it is just not bad. I was hoping for it. This is like totally gonna be spoiler filled, by the way. So if you really want to save it all for yourself, like go ahead, just like stop watching. Sonic Fortnite dances twice. He flosses, and they show the part of the movie that I loved was because if you know anything about like Sonic, you know that the only thing they love more than Sonic is like shitting on Sonic, right? You go on the Sonic Twitter, they love shitting on him, And so I was really hoping some of that energy would come in, and it did, dude. They have the fucking Sonic meme in this goddamn movie. I was like, what? But a part of me also was like, this is just what I wanted, I wanted this movie to be like shit that I could be like, oh my god, why did they do that? But I got like a road trip Odyssey movie. But we're not gonna talk about that. That's not the plot is not the interesting part of this movie. I guess let's talk about Sonic some more. This is off script, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. I'm gonna try to edit this down to be really like precise. So let's talk about Sonic in this movie. As we all know, Sonic got redesigned. What they don't tell you is, like the Sonic shoes, right? He doesn't come with those shoes. He actually does not have those shoes for like the majority of the movie, and they're like a gift from a little girl. And that like kind of bothered me because in all the trailers he had the shoes, and I didn't realize why it was such a big deal other than like fan service, to give him the shoes. Another thing is that when Sonic gets like emotional, which is like what kicks off the whole movie, by the way, when Sonic gets emotional, he gets like super speed energy and can like cause explosions and stuff, And the reason I bring that up is because literally the moral of the movie, and I should have saw it coming because it's a fucking Sonic movie. The moral of the movie is friendship. Like they pull out the fucking anime trope of like friendship will beat everything. So Sonic's like basically almost dead. I'm not gonna like explain why, but he almost dies, and then the cop guy is like, he's my friend, and then Sonic's like, oh baby. And at first I thought he was gonna be like gold. At first I thought he was gonna be like Super Sonic. I was like, oh my god, please. But no, he just became like alive again in blue. So that was the moral of the movie. I guess that's like all I have to say about Sonic in terms of his character. It was really weird. So let's talk about the thing that everyone, from the first trailer was like, holy shit. And that's Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, aka Dr. Eggman, right? I was actually sort of skeptical because to my knowledge, I don't think we've ever seen Jim Carrey in any sort of like antagonist role. I was wondering how he would carry that and how he would do Dr. Eggman, because if you've played like the Sonic games, Dr. Eggman is like whack, right? Like he's like the lines they give this man are really weird, but he actually did like which, you know, it's Jim Carrey. I should have doubted him, but he did a really good job. But I also think it was due to the writing, like the lines that they gave him. You know, like an actor can only do so much, but the lines that they gave him were actually really funny. I'm not gonna like say these lines, but like a lot of the lines actually weren't bad. There's a shot in the movie, it's like around the end of the movie when Sonic comes back, you know, from friendship. Robotnik like puts on the goggles like in a really close-up shot, and as he does this, Sonic like shows up in like the two different lenses, but they do like a neat lighting effect. And I was talking, and I went with a group of people, and I leaned over to one of the people, and I was like, that was actually a good shot. And they're like, yeah, I know. And a different friend that I have also saw the movie, and he's like, oh yeah, no, there was actually some good shots in the movie. And I was like, you mean this one? And he's like, that's exactly the one. So, you know, it was a good shot. All right, Paramount, you did good, right? You got a good shot. And you got the Sonic meme. That's pretty much all we wanted. And the Olive Garden. They bring up Olive Garden, I think like 3 times. You know, it's so shameless. This movie is interesting. If I really don't know how to talk about it, because I'm just feeling really weird right now talking about this movie. Because I guess like when I was a little kid, I was like, oh, all I would ever want is a Sonic movie, and I finally have it. And it wasn't bad. I was so ready to rip into this movie. Here we go. This is who I would recommend it for. I'm not gonna say the Sonic fans, because let's be real, you're gonna go watch it anyway, no matter what people tell you. I know I did, you know. If I were to give this a rating, I would say it's better than Detective Pikachu. I actually liked this movie more than Detective Pikachu. I'm not looking forward to rewatching it anytime soon. But if someone walked up to me and was like, hey, would you rather watch Detective Pikachu or the Sonic movie? I'd probably say the Sonic movie, you know? Genesis does what Nintendo don't, I guess. You know, I guess I could talk about like one more thing, you know, which is like the post-credit scene. Also, this review is so out of order. I'm so sorry. You know, I thought I was wrapping it up, but I got more to say. In the end of the movie, Dr. Eggman has like his classic look where like the big bushy mustache and the bald head, you know, and like the rounder body. And he's like, I'll be home in time for Christmas, which makes me think, oh, are we getting Sonic on Christmas Day, like 2021 or 2022, something like that? You know, and that made everyone be like, huh, that's weird that they would have something alluding to a sequel. And then more credits roll. And then Tails showed up, and the theater went apeshit. Everybody in there was losing their mind, and all I thought was, I'm so ready for the Sonic Cinematic Universe. You know, I'm not digging the DC one. Marvel has lost all my interest. So Sonic, baby, that's the new hype. You know, Sonic Endgame. Can we get it to #1? Box office, please. The movie was a trip. I mean, this movie was not made for... If you're expecting a bad movie, and you don't really know a lot about Sonic and you just want to laugh at the movie, I would say don't go watch it. You're not going to get a lot of enjoyment. You're going to get like an average to good, like, kids movie, you know? Unless you're like into Sonic, then they throw like some nods in there, you know? Sorry this video is like poorly executed, I guess, because I'm going off script. I'm just telling you, like, you know, from the head to the mic, like what I'm feeling right now. And I'm feeling like I want to go to Olive Garden and get a never-ending pasta bowl, because, you know, it never ends. I guess, you know, I got the Sonic movie. That's all I wanted, I guess. So I just had another thing pop into my head, but I swear this is the last one. The pacing in this movie feels weird. Like, there's a part of the movie where I was like, oh, this can't be the end, and then it was the end, you know? That was a weird feeling. Anyway, thanks for listening to my very poorly executed Sonic movie review. Sorry I haven't made a video for a while. I'm working on one right now, not this one either, a different one. Sonic Cinematic Universe, you know, I want Tails in the next movie. That movie better come out soon. They can't leave me wait.